You know, I think I know why I like Choso. I mean, besides the fact that he, was a great character with a lot of resolve, a lot of loyalty, man. It was because he reminded me of Edward from Full Metal Alchemist, Big Brother Ed, and how he always looked after Alphonse. And he just is fiercely loyal to his brother. And I think it reminded me of that. I watched Full Metal Alchemist when I was a kid. So when I'm going through JJK now, obviously it makes me reminiscent of all the other, similar characters. But with this recent Choso death, bro, like, I didn't want him to die. But then again, this is Jujutsu Kaisen, and death is just a normality here. But it also made me think, how far in advance did Gege plan this? Because when he fought Kenjaku with Yuki, right? He obviously wanted Choso to live, because Choso lived, right? He had a whole, like, you're human now. Your character development is coming full circle. You're realizing, you're repenting, for all your past sins and all that stuff, right? Did Gege plan for Choso to die by Sukuna then, or like how? Because it just seems so sudden. But it is within his character to completely sacrifice himself for his brother. But it's still, it just stings, man. It just stings because, I mean, for now, at least I guess it's just more development for Yuji too, just like completely accepting it, his role and his fate and his relationships in this world and all that stuff, man. But I it makes me think about, how far in advance was this death plan, but I remember at the time, I really did. We all, I think we all can agree, we did not want Choso to die against Kenjaku, right? But I just wouldn't have assumed. But then again, I mean, Gege did say that either like all the main cast are gonna die except one, or they're all gonna live, right? But then again, would we count Choso as a main cast? I don't think that was the intention, but I think we're on the road of like pretty much everyone's died except just Yuji, and I don't know, Megabe's a whole nother story, man. But I just wanted to look at death in general in anime, right? I mean, the author, is really big ups to the author, because it's almost like they have to neatly woven a character that we all hate and put in circumstances where the people we do like have to persevere and overcome time and time again. And then when they don't do it the last time, or they die, or they sacrifice themselves, or they kind of just, any kind of death that makes you have that visceral reaction, just like, oh gosh, I hate you, and it's all intentional. It's all intentional, and it's beautiful, and it's beautiful how we can, I guess, kind of like manipulate the emotions with how we, direct and write characters. I mean, it's an art form in itself, and I believe it obviously is necessary, because death is a natural cycle. But even in anime, right? I mean, it kind of, with death comes, life, right? So even with Yuji right now, he did just witness another person he cares deeply about and loves die right in front of him. Will this make Yuji stronger? Of course. And then with the death comes a return. My man Ali Toto. I'm glad I did that video about him coming back. I mean, we all knew he was coming back. It was just a matter of when is he coming back. But it seems as though, I think it's been, like 2 months since we've seen Toto? I mean, not 2 months our time, but 2 months JJK time. So he's definitely gotten stronger. He had to have gotten stronger. Even, we even saw in this recent chapter, he was talking to Mei Mei, talking about how he can use his boogie woogie to get Sukuna, go get people out of Sukuna's domain. So, I mean, even then, I mean, we know he had to be proactive as soon as he healed his hand. So, obviously, Toto is stronger, which I hope, he is. But it's also, that's another life in Yuji. Got some revigoration for Yuji. Something to keep fighting on and tighten this resolve against Sukuna. Because Sukuna is planning on killing everyone. He wants to kill everyone, and and he's already did maybe like 83% of that, but like, I don't know. Death, reborn it's all I guess necessary for a story, but I I love Choso. And I love characters that show loyalty and resolve and kind of just persevere. I think we all can agree with that. And it's just tragic to see them just perish before our eyes, man. And it's just it's beautiful and tragic, but it's a part of life. It's a part of stories, and that's what makes them so engaging because it's almost fleeting. You never know when a character is going to get dropped off, or when a character is going to, have their next come up, or when a villain or anything, right? So even in life, that's how unpredictable life can be. It's almost like cherishing each chapter or each moment in your life, because you never know what the next speed bump or the next roadblock is going to be ahead. And it's almost like you are your own protagonist in your own story. You can control your reactions to things. You can even slightly control kind of the events and actions that come towards you and how you portray yourself, how you move, who you associate with. But that's a different story. It's almost, if you think about life or you think about any film or animation that you enjoy, any type of entertainment, if you pertain it to life and you kind of do some correlations, you'll really find how like none of these, like, I guess some of them are kind of nonsense, but really most of well-written series by good intentioned authors usually have a lot of great information you can take from it, great emotions you can take from it, lessons and insights, and that has to involve death in a certain way, even if it's a literal death or like a fall of a character, like their ego death or any kind of death, like a fall, because rock bottom is where you will find your true self. Rock bottom is the only place where you can look yourself directly in the eyes and see exactly where you're at. No filter, no other opinion. It's just you and you. And that's where you really get your true self, your true strength. And we definitely know Yuji's there. But with his awakening, with his resolve, with all his newfound abilities, with Toto helping him, or even if we go over to any other situation in other series, we always have those moments. It's great. Makes me think, makes me reflect on all the other series I've watched and read, and man, it's just so much good out there, man, that I want to tap into. So stay locked in, guys. Hope y'all have a good day.